So there are just two presidential candidates left in this Republican primary. 45th President Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, the mattress ladder climber, the former South Carolina governor, the UN ambassador, the prolific Jezebel. And while Nikki Haley, who still takes part in Sikh rituals and has been implicated in numerous affairs, keeps saying that women and evangelical voters are coming out to save her, the polls in her own home state of South Carolina tell a much different story. According to a recent poll there, if you believe in these polls, where the GOP will vote later this month, Trump leads among both men and women at 62 and 54%, and he's blowing Nikki Haley out among evangelical Christians, bringing in 69% of their support. So no matter how many war drums Nikki Haley beats for Israel, it doesn't sound like she's going to overcome a deficit like that. Trump is also crushing her in Nevada, where they'll vote before South Carolina, and barring some kind of catastrophe the likes of which we have never seen, he's probably going to win every single state in the union if elections are real and not rigged and not stolen and not fake. That's because Trump is on fire. This is a revenge tour for him. He's already won twice. He's coming back to do it again. His base is growing rapidly. I mean, this guy was getting arrested in Atlanta, and black ladies in the hood were running outside to cheer him on. This is turning into a huge movement. It's a gigantic middle finger to the establishment. They've gone way too far, and they've endeared Trump to people that they never imagined would vote for him. Take a look.
Y'all see it, man. Which one are you in, though? Donald Trump.
So, I mean, you'd think that at this point, the last thing Trump would do would feel the need to soften himself or snuggle up to the political establishment by picking some wussy to be his vice president like he did with Mike Pence. You would think that this time he wouldn't let the donor class or Israel choose his vice president for him and sabotage another administration, or even worse, another election altogether. For some reason, Trump's been making some pretty concerning statements about the route that his campaign could take. Something it seems like we just can't get over. It seems like this guy sometimes just can't even get out of his own way. In a recent conversation with Fox News, he indicated that he could pick Tim Scott to be his running mate. Why? It's just, why? I mean, he could be just floating this out there to pick up a few extra votes in South Carolina. Okay, true. But is he actually serious? What does adding a guy who ran against Trump in the primary and who everyone thinks is queer as a $3 bill do to improve the lives of the American people? Or to take on the swamp that Tim Scott is definitely a part of in D.C.? It does absolutely nothing. Of course, it does the opposite. Adding Tim Scott to the ticket would be a failed virtue signal to minority voters who have already proven that they like Trump more than they like Tim Scott anyways. So what voters is Tim Scott going to pick up? Gays? He's the exact opposite of the in-your-face America First campaign that the people are demanding. And Tim Scott isn't the only disaster that we're hearing could be added to the ticket. Kristi Noem is also being floated as a favorite, speaking of mattress ladder climbers. This is a woman who, just like Nikki Haley, is being accused of cheating on her husband. And not with just any old guy, but with Trump advisor Corey Lewandowski. So how's that even going to work? Picking Kristi Noem would be heading the press right into the gauntlet, giving them a huge cudgel to beat the entire campaign over the head with. Trump has shredded the rest of the GOP field, including Tim Scott, and will finish Nikki Haley off in South Carolina. He doesn't need to banter around with a bunch of swamp creature names as potential VPs to drum up support or to impress Fox News like he did in his interview with Maria Bartiromo. Take a look.
When will you announce who your VP is?
Not for a while. I mean, we have so many great people in the Republican Party, but not for a while.
Well, what criteria are you using to identify who your running mate is?
Always, it's got to be one thing. It's got to be who would be a good president. I mean, you always have to think that because, you know, in case of emergency, things happen, right? No matter who you are, things happen. It's got to be number one.
Who is your running mate?
Well, I have a lot of good people. We have a lot of really good people.
So you haven't decided who it is?
I have a lot of good ideas, but I haven't. And there's no reason to do that quickly.
So you haven't told that person, you're my person?
I speak to everybody. I speak to everybody. You know, I called Tim Scott this because a lot of people like Tim Scott. I called him and I said, you're a much better candidate for me than you are for yourself. When I watched Tim He was fine. He was good, but he was very low key, et cetera, et cetera. I watched him in the last week defending me and sticking up for me and fighting for me. I said, man, you're a much better person for me than you are for yourself. Because for himself, he was low key. For me, he's been a real tiger. He's been incredible. And others have too.
So maybe it's Tim Scott.
Well, it could be a lot of people. But it was interesting. I was watching Tim. I've been watching, for a while. I watched him campaign as a candidate. But I watched him over the last 2 weeks. As you know, he endorsed me, fully endorsed me, gave me a beautiful endorsement. And he has been really strong in terms of that. No, but that has nothing to do. I don't want anybody to take even any inference. But it's incredible. Kristi Noem has been incredible fighting for me. She said I'd never run against him because I can't beat him.
All right. Anthony Cumia is the host of The Anthony Cumia Show. He was the co-founder and co-host of The Opie and Anthony Show, a famous classic. Anthony's been following the 2024 election closely, and he joins us now for more discussion. Anthony, thank you so much for coming. I mean, elections are fake and gay and rigged and stolen anyways. I don't even know why we're talking about this. Polls, I believe, are the same. But why the need for Donald Trump to float out people like this Jezebel and this black gay guy? I just don't understand. Did you see what was happening in Atlanta? I mean, black people already love Donald Trump. What's he doing?
I don't know, Stu. First of all, thanks for having me
course,
on, man.
yeah.
Love the show.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is classic Donald Trump 2024. This is the difference between 2016 Donald Trump. He's gotten, and look, I love the guy. I think he's hilarious. I'm voting for him regardless of who else is running.
Are you going to vote harder this time? I mean, it's just, I don't know. Anyways.
He's being political. And yes, the people that support him, they look at it a little weird, don't like it in many cases. But the truth of the matter is he feels anyway that he has to be this political guy now that gives accolades to black people and gay people and women. I think it's a weird look for him because I don't think it's sincere at all. But again, it's part of the game of politics that he's playing. I don't think he would consider Tim Scott ever for his vice president.
Who would you say that he should consider? I mean, float a couple of names out there. Who would really match up with a Trump presidency?
What a difficult question, because most of the people that are out there are part of the swamp, as you said earlier, about these other potential candidates. But it's beyond me.
I mean, Trump was an outsider, right? I mean, this guy, decades ago, he announced that he may run for president. I don't know. I mean, could he have been a part of some big plan to usher in a one world governance? I don't know. Maybe they set it up and allowed him to win because they knew that they needed to polarize virtually every single issue. They knew that they needed to divide the country. They knew that they needed false flag opportunities. They knew they needed an opportunity to kill people and to mobilize people and to open up our borders and have a physical invasion take place so that when they do return to some integrity-filled form of elections, which I don't ever see happening, but that genuinely there would be enough illegals here to vote for somebody like Joe Biden or Democrats who offer them free everything. So maybe all of that is in play. But let's just say that everything is on the up and up, that Donald Trump was a true outsider, that he came in 2015 talking all the great stuff that he did so that he could get elected in 2016. He was an outsider. So obviously, to complement that, you would want another outsider, right? I mean, so maybe somebody that's not been propped up. I mean, just name anybody, because I think that, we need to start thinking about who it is that we're going to elect. When we have free and fair elections and open, integrity-filled elections again, I think that we should really be having a conversation about, if Trump is the guy, well, who's the guy next to him?
It's such a difficult question. And the reason is because he needs somebody that won't alienate his base, who tend to be very touchy about everything Trump does, but also gather up some of those independent voters and people that normally wouldn't vote for Trump or were iffy about it. So that's a tough one. That is very tough. And just picking a category like a black or a gay guy or women, that would completely alienate his base because it would show that he's pandering for votes instead of sincerely trying to get someone that compliments him as vice president.
Do you think he's been captured or controlled in some way?
No idea.
Do you think he's being blackmailed or bribed or threatened? I mean, why is he doing this? I mean, did somebody get to him?
Boy, I don't think so. When you look at the mill they have run this guy through over the past, just about a decade, coming up on a decade now, politically anyway, you got to wonder if the pressure has gotten to him. If he's like, hey, I better show that I'm a good guy and I'm open to all these not liberal ideas, but ideas that aren't so staunchly conservative and America first, if he's trying to get those undecided voters.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree. I agree with you. I don't agree with his tactics. I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't either.
Continuing to push the Pfizer jabs and, they're safe and effective and all this. I mean, millions of people are dying suddenly. Swearing an allegiance to the secular foreign nation state of Israel, like wearing the tiny hat and kissing the Wailing Wall. Like I don't support that. I mean, I think if you're America first, you should be America first. And I think these are the people that he should be vehemently calling out in this primary time leading up to 2024. I mean, shouldn't he really be doing that? Shouldn't he be saying like, we have an enemy, we have been duped, these people have infiltrated our government, they have occupied our government, they are killing us, we're going to stop the war machine, we're going to neutralize the military-industrial complex, we're going to neuter all of this dual citizenship nonsense, we're going to stop this critical race theory, Marxist nonsense, indoctrination in our schools and the importance of transgenderism, and by the way, we're going to reopen insane asylums for people who lop off their and decide to call themselves a woman and wear a dress and then go and groom and molest our children in bathrooms. I mean, like, shouldn't that be the narrative? Shouldn't that really draining the swamp, finishing the wall, all of these things? I mean, I don't know. I think that would just solidify him more so than cozying up next to Nikki Haley and Kristi Noem and Tim Scott. I mean, this is just BS.
The only excuse, and I don't try to make excuses for Donald Trump, is that part of his persona has always been to compliment people that compliment him. Yeah. If somebody endorses him, all of a sudden he's the greatest guy in the world. So, it does kind of jibe with the things Trump has done in the past. But I agree with you 100%. Just stick with what worked the first time. America first, a strong nation, close up these borders, actual deportations. Yes, stop kissing us on a lot of these nations like Ukraine and Israel, where we're bleeding cash to them while the border is completely unprotected. Mm-hmm. This is that bill. First of all, have you gotten a chance to read the bill, the immigration, the border, Ukraine-Israel bill?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It is an example of everything the Democrats and liberals are trying to do to this country. And it's supposedly a bipartisan bill. Any Republican that votes for this should be eliminated from office.
They should be tried for treason, and when they're convicted, they should face extreme accountability. Check him out on his show. It's the Anthony Cumia Show. We love it. We watch it. We watch it all the time. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it, Anthony.
Thanks, Stu.
Of course. You guys stick around. More of the Stu Peters Show continues next. You all know that I love Magnesium Breakthrough. It's been a life changer for me. My sleep, my mood, my relaxation. So for those of you that have never tried it, now's your chance, because this month only, you can get a free bottle of this best-selling full-spectrum supplement that contains all 7 forms of magnesium that your body craves in exactly the right balance. Bioptimizers, the people who make this Magnesium Breakthrough, are offering a 14-day sleep challenge. So for all of you in Stu Crew, you get a free 14-day supply. All you have to do is pay some nominal shipping fee. That's it. No other strings attached, no other purchase required. The challenge is simple. Try Mag Breakthrough for 14 days, see all the positive changes I just mentioned. If your sleep and energy are not absolutely rocking by the end of 14 days, you've lost nothing. But if they are, your life is back on track. Get your free bottle. Go to magbreakthrough.com/StuPeters. Again, that's magbreakthrough.com/StuPeters. Enter the coupon code StuPeters10. That's it. Look, they wouldn't be letting me give these bottles away if they weren't 100% confident how effective it is. And again, this is now on the short list of supplements that I absolutely have to have every day. Get your free 14-day supply right now, magbreakthrough.com/StuPeters. Again, magbreakthrough.com/StuPeters. Friends, I've got some alarming news. I've learned that over 70% of the power lines in our country, America, are over 25 years old, with many approaching the end of their typical 50 to 80-year life cycle. This will have severe consequences for our communities and our families, leaving us completely vulnerable to both power outages and cyber attacks. Coupled with the increasing number of major natural and manufactured disasters that our country is expected to experience in the future, it's no surprise that many Americans are searching for a safe and reliable alternative to traditional generators. Solar-powered generators are the only way to go, and solar-powered generators from Goal Zero offer a quiet, fume-free, reliable source of power. They're safe, they're portable, they're maintenance-free. A Goal Zero generator is ideal for all kinds of things: emergencies, camping, off-grid living. Don't wait for these people to manufacture another disaster. Go to survivalistscoop.com/Stu Peters to secure your family's safety right now. That's survivalistscoop.com/Stu Peters. So it's officially 2024, and that means now is the time to start taking care of your liver more than any other time. Why is that? Well, because the latest data indicates that adults with fatty liver were 3.5 times more likely to have heart failure than those without. And did you know that 100 million Americans have fatty liver? This means that many people are at risk. We throw everything at our livers. Think about it: cholesterol, alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, statins, cigarettes. That's why so many of us have a sluggish fatty liver that makes us gain weight and lose energy. Well, for decades now, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day. It's time for us to return the favor and start helping our livers. So there's a solution: Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement which contains 11 clinically proven botanicals that help to recharge and protect your liver. So if you're looking to ignite your fat-burning metabolism, boost your energy, and transform how you look and feel immediately, try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of blood sugar formula to reduce sugar cravings when you order today. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Stu and claim your free bonus gift. That's getliverhelp.com/Stu.